exploited. Reading Hindu. You also reading Indonesian? Huh? Okay, fine. Good. So always when I ask something, think these points will be there. Get these points. It's a normal thing. Even I have told the same points. But always tell the positive point first. Always tell the positive point first.
More exposure of the
Nice.
More reachable. More reachable. More accessible. Access to education, health.
Very good. Culture is diluted. All these things everyone will write, right? Everyone, all of you will write. But think these perspectives. Huh?
upliftment of this.
Upliftment. Okay, fine. What next? We were in academy, we were talking about there was a tribal festival happened in Missouri. The MD of Trifed has come. He has given a task. Why can't we have in every district? Why can't we market, process and market and brand these tribal products all over the country? That's what happening. That's what happening in the country now. GI is given more importance. Geographical indicators, or you can say vocal for local. We have been to Manla Forest some 3 weeks back. Manla National Park, you know. So Manla Kanha National Park in Manla district. We went to a cafe called as Didi Cafe, which was established by tribal SHG women. Tribal women. So now they are. I wanted to promote them. So maybe posting some pic in Instagram or somewhere else in Facebook will definitely attract the attention of some of the tourists at least. So that way they are exposed to global market. Maybe they are getting benefit or not, that's a different case. That's a different debate. We can debate that. But at least they are getting exposed to these online platforms. Amazon, for example, is promoting these tribal products. So even online you can see Trifed is selling these tribal products all over the world. Yes or no? So that's what they are exposed. Tribal culture is, you can say, promoted. I can say tribal tourism is happening. Tribal tourism, many people from outside the country, foreigners come to India, they visit these tribal areas, expose themselves to rural tourism or tribal tourism, and they enjoy it. This tribal culture is becoming globalized. That's one way of getting positive out of this globalization. Definitely, there are negative points. For example, one person was killed by Sentinelists in Nicobar Islands because he wanted to get contact into Sentinelists or Jarawas. Yes or no? But that is prohibited by Indian government. But illegally, that person has been trying to contact to Sentinelists who are more violent. At least Jarawas to some extent are becoming peaceful nowadays. But Sentinelists are still violent. They use this. They kill him. That means tribal culture, in the name of tribal tourism, research and development, people trying to disturb their culture. In the name of tribal tourism or maybe something else, maybe developmental projects. For example, Vedanta. There was a case study called as Vedanta. To read about it, Vedanta is a multinational company which was engaged in mining. Vedanta, multinational company engaged in mining, bauxite mining, which state? Odisha. There was a tribe called as Dongria Cones. There was a tribe called as who were living in Niyamgiri Hills. Niyamgiri Hills of Odisha, Eastern Ghats. Niyamgiri Hills. Niyamgiri Hills. So they wanted to exploit this bauxite, but this Niyamgiri Hills is like a abode, like a god for these Dongria Cones. They went to Supreme Court telling that this company should not mine bauxite. A Gram Sabha was conducted. They rejected this proposal. PES Act under Gram Sabha should be established. Gram Sabha should be conducted before giving license for any company for any mining in scheduled areas. So these people have rejected an entire multinational company have packed and went out of Odisha. So Niyamgiri Hills, Narmada Bachao Andolan is one such movement. Or there is a judgment called as Samata judgment. You read about this Samata judgment. Anyone from AP? Andhra Pradesh? Very important case study, very important judgment. Samata judgment given by Supreme Court with respect to bauxite mining in Andhra Pradesh. Samata. That means mining by multinational corporations, developmental projects by many state governments and central governments is impacting in the name of development, in the name of competitive world, in the name of GDP. We are trying to interfere into the ecosystem of tribal areas. That's what happening to culture, the ecosystem, or the economies of these people. There is huge competition for mining, especially bauxite is mined and sent to which countries? Bauxite is mined or not? Yes or no? Iron ore, for example, mined and sent to Japan, yes or no? South Korea. So that's what you can say, mining in the name of globalization, mining in the name of GDP is actually impeding the development of tribal areas. So how to address this is again up to you. You can give multiple solutions. For me, I can say there is a punch sheet called as tribal punch sheet. You know that tribal punch sheet? Read it. Tribal punch sheet. What is the one important point of punch sheet? Indian foreign punch sheet, you know? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Punch sheet, the major point, the major principles given by India and China. In fact, India, Jawaharlal Nehru gave this idea, non-interference. Even tribal culture, don't interfere too much. Let them develop on their own. Interfere in such a way that their culture is preserved. Maybe if you want to recruit a teacher, if you want to get education for tribal children, they recruit a local teacher. They are interfering, but interfering in a very positive manner. So that means administrative interference is required, but interfere in such a manner that their culture is preserved. Completely non-interference means you leave them for their. That's not going to work. Simultaneously, you should interfere in such a way that their culture, their traditions get preserved. The tribal punishment is the norm. So you read about it, very good points. So impact on tribals, culture, economy, you can say, maybe their traditions, marriage systems are also getting diluted. They are coming to mainstream. For example, Jaravas. I was talking to one of the Tahsildar in Andamans. He was telling, Jaravas are not very violent. Once upon a time, they used to be violent. But what happened? There was an incident where one of the Jaravas headmen got some accident or some boro or something happened to him. They were in a hurry, these Jaravas. One of the local administrator went, one of the trusted person went and said, I will take him to hospital. And he was taken to hospital and he was cured. He was treated well and he was free from the danger. From then onwards, entire Jaravas turned positive towards this kind of mainstream developmental activity. Now today they are wearing shirt and pant. Once upon a time they used to wear some leaves. Yes or no? So that's what they are drinking. In fact, not desi liquor. They are opening up to brands also, international brands also. That's what happening to this. The culture is slowly getting diluted to some extent, or in a positive sense, you can say they are coming into mainstream. Coming to mainstream is good, but without diluting their cultural tradition. So whenever you are writing answer, write from society's perspective, economic perspective, political perspective, cultural perspective. Don't leave these things. Whether it is impact on women or impact on children, impact on senior citizens, tribes, whatever it is. One more point is impact on environment. What is the impact of globalization on environment?
Sustainable goals of the
Very good point. That was my major point. SDGs, very good point. MDGs, once upon a time, now SDGs. World as a whole, as a single entity, striving to achieve what? Sustainable development goals. Even if one country is not achieving SDGs, the entire world will be lagging behind. So SDGs is a very perfect example for globalization and its impact, especially maybe environment. You can say what is the goal number SDG 13, 14, 15 talks about environment. Yes or no? So you can say, or maybe 1980s or 1970s. Discovery of ozone layer. You know what is ozone layer? What is the height? Somewhere in 1970s or 1980s. 1970s. The Montreal Protocol under 1970s. There was a protocol. There was a protocol known as Montreal Protocol for the protection of ozone layer, for the revival of this ozone layer. In fact, that is the first step taken by humanity in safeguarding or protecting the environment, and it was largely successful. Today, ozone holes are decreasing. That means the density of ozone in these ozone holes is increasing. In fact, there is the first consciousness among the humanity regarding environment. That's a global consciousness, you can say. That's the first step towards protecting the environment in a global manner. So when I'm talking about this SDGs, Montreal Protocol, today we have Kyoto Protocol, now we have Paris Agreement. These are all the global efforts to protect environment. Very good point. Apart from that, you can write global commons. For example, today we are talking about Arctic seas. Arctic seas. If you have seen the question paper last 2 days back, there was a question on Arctic Sea. Arctic Sea is melting and how it is impacting human activities. Human activities